All right, on a different note, when people think of famous coffee cities in the U.S., Seattle often comes to mind. But A.J. O'Neill is looking to put Detroit on the coffee map. He's partnered with a coffee roasting company that has been in Highland Park for almost 100 years, and they are teaming up to create a new brand of coffee, Detroit Bold. We had our video journalist Michelle Oliver stop by the factory to find out what makes Detroit-made coffee so bold.
So this is where the magic happens. This is where they transform this green unroasted coffee into this ready-to-brew Detroit Bold coffee. Starting at 9 a.m., they unload a semi-truck full of these brown burlap bags filled with pounds upon pounds of green unroasted coffee beans. The beans are then transported up to these silos where they wait to get roasted. But before that can happen, a sample must first pass the cupping table.
There's a tremendous amount of tradition involved in the cupping process.
For the past 100 years, this is how the Bacheras family starts off their day, at the cupping table.
It's a tradition in our family. I don't want to say we're the only roaster that cups coffee. That's not true, but we spend a lot of time at the coffee table.
Brothers Nicholas and Dean Bacheras pour steaming hot water over exactly 5 grams of coffee grounds. And then they put the coffee through a rigorous smell and taste test. They let me have a try at it. They said I did pretty well for a first-timer, but these guys are the experts.
Although we're in the computer age, you can't stick a sample of coffee into a computer, put a probe in, and determine that that's a good cup of coffee or a bad coffee. It's still left up to somebody's nose and somebody's taste buds.
It is this attention to detail that made the Bacheras brothers the coffee company A.J. O'Neill wanted to work with.
They are here locally, quietly doing the job that makes our communities viable. They hire workers from our city and bring about a great product to me and many other people just on a daily basis.
A.J. used to own a cafe in Ferndale where he hand-blended Bacheras Brothers coffee to make his own.
Was really well known as an epicenter for grassroots movements, events. We actually did the world's longest concert called the Assembly Line Concert there.
When his mother got sick, he became her caretaker, but he still wanted to make coffee and continue to spread a positive image of Detroit.
And because I'm one part of a caregiving team there, I was at home many hours of the day. And I had to continue to try to make a living, so we called it the GFP system, Granny's Front Porch.
A.J. wanted to expand, so he met up with the Bacheras brothers and created the Detroit Bold brand you can find in stores today.
A.J. was one of the few people from the first time I met him. His passion just kind of leaks out of his pores, not only about coffee, but about the city. And we just wanted to be a part of that.
We couldn't ask for a better partner than A.J. O'Neill. He's passionate about the city, he's passionate about his products. He holds us accountable to give him a consistent product, and we'd like to think that we've done that through the years of our partnership, and we will continue to do that.
They roast, grind, and package the coffee, all here in Highland Park. And on each bag there is A.J.'s picture and a story about Detroit. Detroit Bold is working hard to change Detroit's image, one cup of coffee at a time.
And I do that because I want to let people know that we're confident and anybody can be a part of the solution. We need to continue to change the perception that Detroit is this beat-up town, because it's not only viable and integral to Michigan, it's such an important part of the country and the world.
In Highland Park, I'm Michelle Oliver, live in the D.
This is so great. We're becoming known for our beer, for our vodka, for coffee, and of course it's a great sports town. And A.J. O'Neill from Detroit Bold joining us now with his taste test. Now, when you're tasting, we saw you doing a taste test there and doing a little spitting.
Yeah.
What should we be trying to draw from that sip?
Well, a good cupping process involves a lot of different varieties, and if we drink those all, we'd be chasing taxis all night. So we're really actually letting it hit the back of our throat to make sure that we've got the entire taste, and then we're spitting out so that we don't get so caffeinated that we can't sleep at night.
Right, no. But what are the hints that you're looking for?
We're looking for
accents.
the smoky smoothness that you probably are tasting right now. We're looking that it's not stale, is I guess the right word, because coffee is an organic product. It grows and it comes from fields, and it takes a lot of experience, like the Bacheris brothers have 100 years experience in knowing exactly what to expect in the taste of a coffee. It goes from a field where you're dealing with the weather and climates and different regions of the world, coffee grown regions around the equator. All of that has to be able to be presented in a consistently good cup of coffee every time. So we're looking for that consistency mainly as well.
Talk to us about the Detroit connection, because obviously Detroit Bold, and we love anything that's Detroit.
Absolutely.
What has the response been for you as a businessman? Because you've been doing this for about now 2 years specifically with this brand.
Right. Well, I realized that Detroit, it's such a can-do spirit here, and Bold really is as much as in the city itself and the people who really make this what it is, as it is in the coffee. And I get orders from all over the country from displaced Detroiters that just have that kindred spirit, and there's a part of Detroit in us no matter where we live. Without Detroit and the Model T assembly line factory that's 3 blocks away from where we roast, we wouldn't have a middle class. We wouldn't have the folks that really make up the viability of a community, workers that are producers and purchasers, and that's what we have.
All right, we want to go bold. Where do we find your coffee?
We can go to Mootown Creamery at Eastern Market. We can go to Kroger. We can go to Meijer. We can go to Red Hots and
You're everywhere.
Oh, we're in about 200 locations now.
All right, sounds good.
Well,
Thank you so
we
much
can
for
tell
stopping
you.
by. This is great.
It is great.
Cheers.
And bold does not mean burned. That's the greatest thing. So many of the bold
Like your
coffees are.
They have that bitter, burnt bean taste, and this one just is earthy. It tastes like a fresh picked bean, just like it should, like a cup of coffee should taste. I have the Woodward.
You have the Woodward Avenue blend, the medium. Guy has the Colombian Espresso. Karen has the Traditions, which is said to be the coffee that Henry Ford drank himself. So www.detroitboldcoffee.com.
I love
Oh, there
it.
he goes.
All right.
Next on Live with the D. Thanks so much.